sewers, everything would come to an end, everyone's lives would be at risk. The guy frowned and said that a lot of people's lives depended on him, so he should value his life more. Lloyd asked without looking up, "Is that so?" He raised his head and asked how many people were allowed to die next to him. Xavier frowned and said that he didn't mean that, he just couldn't stand to see him risking himself alone. The brunette said, "Did he really think that those damned undead couldn't hurt anyone?" The knight leaned over and said that he could gradually retreat with the white warriors. The local soldiers are also pretty strong fighters. What reasons made him forget about it? He replied that it was just an assumption. How can he guarantee that no one will die? He works tirelessly. Did he know that he was ready to die after this work? The hero pointed to the side and said that he was the most important person in this county. The entire county belonged to him and all the people here were his too. He frowned and asked who would protect them all if not him. Xavier frowned and asked would he really continue to put himself in danger. Lloyd frowned and said of course, and as compensation he would take the most money for himself. The knight looked at him angrily. He clicked his tongue and told him to do as he saw fit. The guy turned away and said that she would be by his side no matter what. A system window appeared, saying that Xavier's affinity with him had increased by 15 and his sympathy level had increased by 23. He had significantly improved his relationship with the key character, so he received a bonus 270 PR, and he had also risen higher in Xavier's ranking from the position of someone who needed to be protected to the position of someone who deserves trust. Lloyd looked at the notification that had appeared. It said that Xavier had promised himself that he would be willing to die in his place if he ever found himself on the brink of life and death. The hero smiled slyly and said that he didn't have to do that. The knight asked what he was talking about. He replied that he would pretend that he didn't know anything. The blue-haired man asked who had done all this with the mastodons. Wasn't it Asfahan's doing, just like with the monster wave? Lloyd frowned and said that it was unlikely. As far as he knew, there were no necromancers among them who would have done such madness. The guy looked away and thought that the novel provided a lot of information. Asfahan, they wouldn't have done that, since it wasn't their style of war, but since